Good afternoon, Tom Ginn. G is for gratitude. Friday. I'm so grateful for this day for a number of reasons. This is the best day of my life. You know, when you got to value the moment you have from a place of gratitude, it changes perspective. Gratitude changes negativity. It puts you in a perspective no matter what the challenge you have. By learning the disciplines and the heart of gratitude, your life can definitely be improved. So that's what this program's all about: is gratitude, learning those principles. And every week I've been teaching some principles out of the Gratitude Works book. And next week we'll be diving back in that again on some of the principles to grow your gratitude, how to make it stronger, make it work for you, and be grateful for that new knowledge. But today I've got a surprise for everybody. I'll be introducing our guest speaker here in a moment. But before I do, and I also have another guest that jumped on, and I will announce that here in a moment. But G-Force, I just want to make a notice here that next week, Elevate Your Profits. Mark your calendars for 6 p.m. Eastern time for Elevate Your Profits. Jamie Green, the Solar Queen, is coming in. She's going to delight you with the power of her message about how she's transformed herself into one of the most dynamic salespeople in the country in the area of solar. So she's going to bring a powerful story on Elevate Your Profits. Okay, so that's next week. And we are launching the Science of Success. And I'm going to introduce Chris Natsky here in a moment. Science of Success. Make a note of that. February 25th, we are doing the Science of Success. So with that all said, I'm going to bring in our guest. I'm going to bring in Dana Tribold. She is going to be speaking here in a moment. Dana, say hello to everybody.
Hi, everyone. Honored to be on G-Force.
Yeah, we'll get right back to you, Dana. But I want to introduce Chris Natsky. Chris, it's all yours, buddy.
Well, thanks so much, Tom. It's great to be here. And before I get started, what I wanted to say, I just want to say congratulations to Dana. I understand you've made a commitment to being a coach, and the world needs great coaches, my friend. So congratulations on your decision, and go get them. So I'm Chris Natsky with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. And as Tom was mentioning, we're going to be collaborating next week in a really awesome event. We're calling it the Science of Success series. And each one of us is going to bring our own area of expertise. I'm going to be sharing what I call breaking through, how to navigate through challenging times with power, passion, and purpose. And I think each one of us over the last year has really experienced some very unusual challenges, probably, maybe some that we've never seen in our life. So I'm going to be giving you some strategies and tools on how not only move through those, but how we can make those challenges actually work for us in our growth and expansion. So please join us on the 25th for the Science of Success series, and I look forward to seeing you there.
All right. Hey, Chris, thanks much. We've got some comments here. And Robert has signed up. Thank you, Robert, for joining in on our workshop. Hey, Chris, I know you got to run. You got a heavy schedule today. So I appreciate you coming on. God bless you. We'll catch you on the turn. Chris Natsky. So Dana. Oh, we've got another guest that just jumped on. Another guest. Nikki, can you hear me?
I hear you, Tom. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Chris was just on and he couldn't hear us, but we could hear him. So we did a little ad-libbing with the phone and he came on and shared his piece. And And hey, thanks for taking a few minutes of coming in. So
Sure.
I was about ready to introduce Dana, so you can stay on and hear that. You're welcome to stay on as long as you would like. I know you're busy, you had some commitments today as well.
Yes.
But, we are launching our first series, Science of Success series. And Nikki, I met Nikki through a networking group. We've collaborated a couple times, and we came up with the concept of let's take our message to the world and collaborate some other influencers that are of like mind, can bring great value to helping people improve their lives and businesses, those type of things. So Nikki, tell a little bit about yourself and our event next Thursday, and then welcome Dana. Dana is one of our clients. She predominantly was coached with my wife, and she's going to share her story. And it's transformed her to taking this types of disciplines to the marketplace, help other people. So she is launching her coaching career officially, basically today. This is her launch. She didn't realize what I was bringing to the table today. But Nick, it's all yours for a few minutes. Take as much time as you want.
Well, I want to say congratulations, Dana. That is awesome. So
Thank you.
For you. Yeah. And just really wanting to honor you for your courage and following your passion and using your talents and bringing them to the world. So we need more of that.
Great. Thanks so much. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Nikki Gangemi, and from actress to teacher to entrepreneur, I know what it's like to make pivots and how you can create unshakable habits to get out of your own way and go out there and do your passion, like myself and Dana and Tom. So I'm really excited about our Science of Success series that's coming up next Thursday, February 25th. And I'm going to talk about, speaking of pivots, pivot and prosper. And that's something that's really very relevant for today, right? Lots of people are making changes, they're rearranging things, they're making pivots. And how can you do that and be intentional about it and tap into that confidence that's already within you and really get clear on what are those next steps? So I'm going to talk about how you can pivot, reconnect to your why and your vision, and really step into that dynamic leader that you already are, and believing that and seeing that for yourself. So we've got lots planned for you, and there's going to be many takeaways. So please come ready to engage with us. Bring pen, paper, come with questions, because you're going to get in the moment coaching as well. And we've got lots of gifts for you too. So really excited.
Well, Nikki, I'm really excited since we've collaborated to launch this, and thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule to jump on and welcome Dana to this great forum called coaching and mentoring. Like you said, the world needs more of us, more of Dana's, more of Nikki's, more of Chris and Phil, and like the list could go on. So. You're welcome to stay on, Nikki, but I'm going to jump right in here in a moment and introduce Dana.
Well, thank you for having me, Tom. I'm going to hop because I have another call, but sure. I'm happy I got to be here and share. Congratulations again, Dana. And
great. Thank you so much.
Tom, thanks for all you do.
Thank you. We'll talk soon. Bye.
We'll talk soon.
Bye.
So Dana, I get to move to you. I threw a few curveballs at you, didn't I?
You sure did. Flexibility.
This is the type of community that you're moving into. People of like minds, positive, have a purpose in life. They want to make a difference in individuals' lives. So, and the world needs more, like she said, more of you. Okay, so today is your day. Okay, my friend, today is your day. So it chokes me up because I know the power of coaching, and I know what it's done in my life, and I know what's done in other people's lives. And these are tears. The puddling of the eyes are excitement and joy. Okay, I want to let you know. Okay, so
I get it.
Yeah, so that's the power of what we do and how we influence lives. So So it's all about you, Dana. Gratitude works. It works. What you put out in the world comes back in many ways. And I'm so grateful since we've met to know who you are and what you're going to deliver. So, Dana, it's all yours. So if you want to just share your story, and I've got some questions I'm going to ask as we go along the way, but it's all yours, my friend. Tell a little bit about where you're from and your background, your history, a little bit about everything about yourself. It's all yours, my friend.
Wow. Wow. What an introduction, Tom. I'm just so excited to be a guest on the G-Force Friday, a newbie, just dipping my feet in the beginning of this life coaching, but so excited on this journey. So very honored to have worked with Tom and his wife, Kathy. Just amazing mentors. So anyway, I'll just start out and let you know a little bit about my story. I started my career way back in '93, and back then I already had a passion for learning and helping others. It was just part of me. So I started as a pediatric OT, working with parents and helping them honor having a young child with a disability and how life would go on, and helping them adapt and become independent. And then I also got into massage therapy briefly and just had a passion with the mind-body connection, and just insatiable need to learn about this and nutrition and all this information. So little did I know back then that all that information was going to help me on my journey ahead. In 2000, I had an accident massaging. I was not taking care of myself. I was training for a triathlon, working 2 jobs, and downward spiral of my body. Got injured. And that downward spiral brought out health conditions I didn't know I had. Besides the health condition, it opened up dysfunctional relationships I'd been in since childhood through marriage. And I was just plummeting. Continued with my body, mainstream medicine not answering my questions. I went on to have twins who were born at 2.5 weeks, or I'm sorry, 2.5 pounds at 27 weeks, lots of medical needs. So here I was, a woman in unsupportive family relationship with many medical needs myself and twins who needed me, and continued throughout their school years with ADHD, having to navigate that. So it was a long road for me. Kind of hit rock bottom then, did get a divorce, got out, and had to start over as a single woman, which was only 2 years ago. And still on my health journey. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Well, I was very blessed to have some amazing alternative healthcare providers to help me, encourage me, help me see things I didn't know. And I had one in particular I have to shout out for as Jeremy Trunk, a physical therapist, and his wife, Sarah. They had actually been trained with Tom and Kathy through the TIR platform. I knew there was something just so different about this PT because he would plant seeds with me. He'd help me look through a different lens at my disabilities and injuries, and he'd help me set goals that I thought were ridiculously high through my lens, but I couldn't wait till each session. Probably more than the therapy, I wanted to hear the little seeds he'd plant in me. And then one day, as I was making progress, he said, "Dina, what are you going to do with your life?" And I'm like, "Well, I've been thinking about a master's in counseling." And he's like, "I think you should be a life coach." And it was like a light bulb moment for me. It was like, I think you're right, Jeremy, So story went on. I met Kathy a few times and decided to join in. And from that one seed that was planted, that just opened my eyes. The life coaching was amazing. I mean, self-awareness was the first key for me. It was like, to make any change, you have to be aware and to change the lens I was looking through, my frame of reference, a whole new impact of looking at how goals were set and really what they were, and kind of excavating and redefining who Dana was. So I went on this journey now for a year and a half, and definitely changed who I am and where I'm going, and so excited to be a life coach now, to give back to all these amazing people that helped me get to where I am. And I guess my motto is moving forward, which will be the name of my business, because I'm not going to stop moving forward, but along the way, I want to help so many people just work through all those different levels of doubt and shame and fear, and see that they too can move forward.
Dana, we got a little reverb there, but I don't know if it's annoying for anybody, but I will try to talk a little quieter here. But, a little while ago when I was introduced to you and I puddled up, this is the greatest reward of being a coach. When you've influenced somebody, I didn't do it. Kathy didn't do it. We just were guides in a way to help you find your true self. And that's the greatest reward you'll ever get. Not the economic rewards. They are there in this type of profession, but making an impact in people's lives. And because you've impacted yourself by making a decision to be coached, right?
Yeah.
What would you tell anybody out there that says, "Oh, I don't need coaching," or I can't afford it," or what would you say to that audience? Why they should investigate finding a coach and mentor for their life? What would you say to them?
I guess I would say, is what you're doing now working for you? Because, really, as I learned through the life coaching, change is hard, but what's harder? Making the change to do what's better and the dreams for yourself, or staying in your old patterns? Are they serving you? What are your non-negotiables in your life?
Yeah, I love that word, non-negotiables.
Mm-hmm.
That's my wife's favorite.
It is. Now mine too.
Yeah. So thanks. Because a lot of times people they're stuck, or they're dealing with things and not understanding why things are the way they are, and how do I get out of it? And many times we think, well, maybe I need counseling, or I need to see a psychiatrist. And I'm not putting any of that down, but sometimes it's just simple as somebody's been down the path, and it can get you out of the bottom of the ditch, whatever we want to call that. You made a comment here, and I think it's very important. You had 2 premature twins, and you shared, we won't get into that story today, but that, I tell you what, we look at the circumstance in life and say, how do we get through it? How do we manage that? And I know in our conversation, while getting deep on it, it did affect relationship, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you came through it. But your 2 children, preemies, and a lot of medical conditions. And I just want to give a kudo to you being that mother that worked through all that challenge, but some kudos to your kids, because guess what? Being preemies and health challenges stuff. I just, what are your children's name again?
Yes, it's Hayden and Peyton Tribold.
Are they both runners?
Yes, they were told as preemies they had brain bleeds. They would not have the use of their legs. And one of my sons, we couldn't communicate in 4 areas. They are now cross-country runners at high school level, and they won state this past year.
That is an amazing story.
Yes.
And, medical doctors and say this is what's going to be, but I know that the power of your belief and what you gave your children was the seed to help them achieve where they're at. Oh, they're never going to use their limbs. They're never going to walk and run and do that. And here they're state champions here in Wisconsin, cross country. That blows my mind. That shows you that the the power of our mind and the power of good direction and leadership and motivation can change people's lives. And that's what's coaching. You're a mother coach, I put it that way. So I think it's important, to know some of those challenges and that you've gone through, and you being the stalwart that you are, is made that a really great story. You got to write a book about that, I tell you. So Dana, tell the audience, about the coaching experience. Did you have any doubts that it would work, or did you just go open as an open book and trust, or did you have doubts and reservations?
I knew I didn't like where I was at. So that's why I asked people, are you happy where you're at? I guess in my mind, I had hit rock bottom. I did not want this to be my life. I wanted a way out, but I didn't know how. So could you, I'm sorry, rephrase that again?
Well, did you have any doubts or reservations?
Oh, doubts or reservations. No, I was an open book, but I honestly had no idea where this was going to take me. And even the first time I met with Kathy and we really talked about what we think manifests our results, and really start thinking about those subconscious thoughts that you hear, but you never really acknowledge. That was starting to get my awareness open. Like, wow, I limit myself. It was very huge, just even the first time I met with her, to just start that simple seed of what are you thinking all day throughout your day?
Absolutely. Great. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
When did you realize that, through this process, you made a decision that, maybe this is an avenue I can go, get out of the career path that you were in? And what was the thought? What was the thing that caused you to say, make it? See, everything starts with a decision, right? Even not making a decision is a decision. So, but what was the one thing what was the decision? What did it relate to?
I think there was one of the lessons that I remember distinctly. Kathy was having me redefining Dana. I really had to look at various thoughts and different topics in my life and what I was telling myself. And then just as simple as rewriting it, how I'd like it to be, what I can be telling myself. When I realized it's such a simple thing, and I just had so many friends and people I knew struggling, it was like, I want to do this. It really is simple, and it's life-changing. That was kind of a light bulb moment as I was redefining myself. I was like, it's just simple, subtle changes and being aware that add up.
And I'm going to compliment you on this. I'm getting a little reverb, but I'll try to keep my bellowing voice down here a little bit. Lots of times people look into coaching, think it's a process and a system, and those things are important. You got to have a starting point and an ending point. But when it comes to coaching, no matter who's coaching and mentoring, and I have to compliment you, Dana, for the relationship we've had, me teaching how to get into the coaching business. And we're just starting that process. Today is pretty much one of those, hey, I'm going to teach you about marketing here a little bit.
Exactly.
But you did the work. That's what I think I want to share with people, is it's not a magic pill. To get what you want in life, you have to get a new level of awareness. And then once you get the new awareness, you have to make a decision, and then you have to do the work. Share with them how much work that you've put in to get to where you're at. Now, I'm not talking some, oh my God, it's been years and years and all that. But, what type of discipline what did the program teach you about discipline and work to get to where you're at? Because as you made the change.
Right.
We just had a process to help you in that. But so if you want to share a little bit about, because I don't believe anybody should go into being coach with some naive magic pill. Everything's good. It's not woo woo. Okay.
Right.
So just share your experience with the amount of discipline. You have a family, you're doing all those type of things. How did you fit that in? Because a lot of people say, I ain't got time.
Right. Well, I guess it was a non-negotiable again. And just the way you presented it was so easy. If I just, listened to my program, carved out some time at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. And because repetition is definitely it's the agent to change. You got to hear it. It's like reading a book one time, loving the contents, never picking it up again, and you can't remember what was in it. So I just made it part of my routine. I guess they say if something's important to you, you'll fit it in. It was morning and night, and just kept following it because the program works. And as you hear, with my life and my kids and my health, I did have some times I had to step back a little bit. It took me a little longer than most people, but it was a non-negotiable. So I knew I would just come rejoin when I could. And Kathy was so ever patient with me. And otherwise, I just kept with the morning, the night, and then would do a synopsis at the end of each chapter. And I do have to share, at first the synopsis was like, oh gosh, I'm going to have to, write this. But that was the way I learned it. I got to the point that I enjoyed the synopsis because I realized that's what really cemented the new information in my head.
Yeah. I'm glad you shared. Boy, I tell you what, I got to figure out what's going with my mic here today. A little technical stuff,
No.
but is that synopsis. A lot of people go into coaching because we think we know how to study. If we go through something, I take a test and I got it mastered. This is a journey. Life transformation or growth is a process for life. And what she said about the synopsis, it's, oh my God, I got to write a synopsis like we did in school, right? Oh my God, they're going to test me, they're going to judge me, all that stuff. But what I share with people, the synopsis, I never read anybody's synopsis.
It's for us.
It's for you because it's the only gauge that you have to measure your growth. You're going to look back and say, that's how I used to think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I used to believe. And then you can look at where you are today and go, I am growing. I am growing. And the synopsis is your barometer. So, that's one of the things that people, well, are you going to read it? You're going to tell me what? No, it's not a test. It's not a test.
Right.
So, but anyway, mention a little bit about who the platform that Kathy and I use to train you, because I think a lot of people may know this person or not know this person, but this is what Kathy and I, our discipline is in and around. But I think it's important to know what's the framework, who brings it in. So share a little bit about the program called Thinking into Results.
Yeah, Thinking into Results, which was from the Proctor and Geller Institute, started by Bob Proctor. Definitely is just what we think manifests itself. So it's definitely based on lessons, and they go through and examine all the different parts of the way we think, the way we process, what we know versus what we should be doing and why there's a gap there, how to move forward, how to goal set, the differences in types of goals. So it builds on each other and teaches you a lot about your mindset.
Of all those 12 lessons, and they all build on and integrate, we call it the integration is called praxis, integration, behavior and belief, so praxis. But what was the one lesson? And the reason I like to ask this, because it gives a little bit of depth about your knowledge of what you do. What was the one lesson that really meant the most to you, that really transformed you? Of all those 12 lessons, lesson 1 through lesson 12, what was the...
Oh gosh, can I have 2?
Yeah, you can have all 12 if you like.
All right, I have 2. I guess number 2 was the knowing doing gap, which was huge for me. It's what even our educational systems, the way everything is set up, we're taught to gain knowledge, learn things, get degrees. Some of us have degrees and unbelievable amount of knowledge, but how many of us sometimes take that and actually execute it and put it into practice? So that whole chapter was about what we actually know and what we need to do, and what is the gap? What is keeping us? What are our paradigms from childhood or whatever that's keeping us from doing those things? So love that one.
Okay. Hey, great, because can I interject here,
Oh
Dana?
yeah, go ahead. Mhm.
Is because in life, 20% of your success is based on knowledge, know-how. I'm a financial coach. It's very simple to win with money. Spend less than you make, get out of debt, save some money, and you'll be financially free. It's that simple. We know those principles. The question is, the gap you're talking about is, what is that gap? Is it a belief system? What is causing that gap? And when you can identify that thing or things, whatever it is, and reframe your thinking, you dramatically now close that gap to your result. It's not knowledge. Knowledge is important. If you're going to be a brain surgeon, you better know something about the surgery, right?
Right.
But success in life has nothing to do with knowledge. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the second thing of those 12 lessons? I have my favorites as well. So that transformed me, gave me a big aha wake up. What was the next one?
Of course, I can't remember the exact title, but it was definitely regarding moving forward regarding your circumstances. So no matter what circumstance you're going through, where you are in life, what life has thrown you, what you're dealing with, you can still move forward. You can still make changes. It shouldn't be limiting. And I'm definitely an example of that, because I still have challenging circumstances in my life, but it doesn't hinder you from moving forward for things that you want.
And I'm just putting comments here. Thanks, Robert. He's Bob Proctor. So yeah, I know Robert. So I know some of the things that he studies. Applying action to information. Is that the golden ticket? It's action. Yes. You
Yeah.
get all the knowledge. Whatever it is, if you don't put it into action, you're never going to see a result. It all takes movement in the direction.
Yes.
Good comment, Robert. Yeah. Connecting with souls, in personal relationships and coaching is the essence of who we are. Valuing other people, understanding that principles that a lot of people just don't understand, circumstances. You get to create your own circumstances. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah. Just got to know what you want and why you want it, right? So Robert's putting some more quotes up. Thanks, Robert. Great content, great input here. If you've got a question for Dana, you would like her to ask it to test her wisdom here, you're welcome to do it. Dana, I'm going to put you on the spot here, my friend.
Okay.
If he's got a question for you, we'll do that. Dana, your story, and I know a little bit, but I'm going to let you share that. So through what you've gone through, who do you want to serve? Coaching, my story relates with certain people. I'm more comfortable talking in this environment than others. Who do you want to have impact and shift? What does that look like? Who do you want to serve and help?
I guess looking at my own experiences, I'm looking to serve women, helping them to redefine themselves after they've gone through adversity. Life gave them a detour, changes, different seasons of life, helping them, with goal setting and feeling stuck or feeling on the hamster wheel of life. Like, this isn't what I want, but I have no idea where to go. just basically helping them redefine themselves.
Okay. And who would that be? What gender might that be? What age you're looking at? What pains that you can comfortably relate to that you can help them through?
Oh gosh, I have many, but probably women. I mean, I'm open to anything because I think all women, even in their 20s, maybe from their upbringing or decisions they made, looking for someone to help them redefine, So it could be 20s up, but I mean, I have had experience with various forms of adversity, hard circumstances, having to move forward. I've, dealt with families, children with disability, helped them through those processes, and then went on to have my own children, who started out with a rough start in life. So I had the benefit of being both the practitioner and the parent. Basically, how to deal with health issues. I became just an advocate for helping people. If mainstream medicine couldn't help you, which has its benefits, for some people like me, I just had to learn the alternative health mode and research and just unrelentless quest for knowledge. So helping someone through that and, going through a divorce later in life, having been out of the workforce for many years and starting over as a single woman with a disability. So I have a wide range of experience with moving forward, trying to move forward.
Dana, I'm going to share this with you as a coach and a mentor and teaching as well. If this is, a lot of times people come into the coaching business, so I got to study this stuff for 10 years or whatever before I take it out there. Your level of awareness and understanding is so profound through that. And a lot of times people say, well, how long have you been coaching? Well, it's just not important how long you've been coaching. What can you bring awareness to? That's coaching. And you have that awareness. I want to say that to yourself being a coach is that you're growing and it's always the hand up. As you grow and you grow yourself, you're able to bring people along with you. Now, if they accelerate past you, I'm going to point you need to go there, but
Yeah.
so lots of time people are trying to evaluate a coach based on how long you've been doing it and so on and so forth. And that means that has value. It means you're committed and you have a passion for it, because if you're in it for a long period of time, there's a reason that you're there. You're having success. You're making a difference in people's life. But time in coaching doesn't dictate competency, because I know people that have been in coaching business that are not competent. Been in 20 years. They're not competent. And Dana, what I know of you and the experience I've had with you, you're competent. Just hearing you talk about today, if I didn't know anything about what we do, I would be drawn to say, I need to know more. Seriously. That's serious. So that's for those out in the audience as well. That's to edify Dana. That's to edify other people in the coaching industry that, I got to have more knowledge. I got to read more books. I got to take more certifications. I got to do this. I got to do that before I can take my gift to the world. And I would just say this: you're putting your gift to the world. That's today. You're bringing gift to the world. And I just want to let you know you're impacting people. People are going to see this message today as encouragement. So those that are out there looking, go with your gut feeling. You will know the right person based on what they communicate with you. It has nothing to do with length of time. Okay? So I just want to let those out there. Seek out the person you can resonate with. It can get you through your pain, get you through the hurdles, the obstacles, bend down the path that you've been, and trust that when you find that person. So, and those are in the coaching business. Take your gift to the world now. You'll learn along the way. You'll get better along the way. And you can't change the world by waiting 5 years. And as Dana gets better, the people around her get better. I know with her character and what she already, you helped her before she even got into coaching, working with her kids and the health and where they are state champions. Who would ever believe that was possible, right? In the beginning. So Dana, you have a gift. So I just want to, edify that and help people out there as well. So,
Yeah.
so you have made that decision. You're launching a coaching business, and what was the turning thing about? I'm sure my wife Kathy, she did most of the coaching on the personal side. I'm coming into the back door of how to take your gift and put it into the marketplace. Like today, this is sort of like your grand opening,
Right. Kind
but
of.
we are going to be doing a grand opening for you, aren't we?
Yes.
Do you want to, we're going to put this out here, Dana. I'm just, I'm doing business coaching right now and getting people excited to hear your message. So we're doing a coaching launch. When are we going to be doing that? We'll get more specific and I'll bring you back in to promote that. When is that going to be?
Yeah, you put me on the spot now. I think it's March 27th. It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
I better double check on that, but it's from 10 to 11:30.
Yeah, and I'll be putting out through the things I do to promote Dana, because she's going to make a difference in people's lives. So sort of put a tag on your calendar. What was that date again?
I think it was March 27th. It's a
Saturday.
Saturday.
A 2-hour thing, max. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're doing the knowing doing gap.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the one that got me too. It was really made me understand that it's not knowledge that causes success alone. Anything else about the program that you came away with? Just lastly, you had those two things.
Yeah, I guess another thing I think about too, it's we all have our doubts, our fears, our issues with money, whatever it is to go forward to do this program, but it's just it's life altering. So even at the beginning, you have to be able to kind of look at your doubts and fears and just realize this is something that'll make such a difference in your life. It was an investment for me. It was just such an investment to take my life to the next level. Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to throw something here. And if you want to make a comment about it, this is one of the primary things that when you see this picture, you'll understand how you think. And Dana, that's why I want you to read. I'm going to throw things out to create some curiosity with people. What is this? This is what we call the stick person. Dana, is that what you want to share? Anything about people what that picture represents?
Yes. Well, we start with the two parts of the mind, the top being the conscious and the bottom being the subconscious. The top is all the thoughts and ideas that filter in, whether it's worry or doubt. But as soon as those ideas or excitement or worries go down to the second level of the brain, the subconscious, our barriers come up, our beliefs from childhood, our paradigms. If it's something we don't agree with or worried about, we will go right into the wall of terror and push that idea right out.
Good. This is the premises the principles that we teach. It's more than just that, but the basic principle, Dana, that's you. Mm-hmm. That's Tom Ginn. That's somebody in the opposite. When we understand the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, where it controls everything, and we can recognize that if it's only through awareness do we get out of worry, doubt, fear, anxiety, disease, depression, disease, and destruction. If we stay in a negative state, we die. Spiritually, emotionally, and physically. All right? Would you agree?
Completely, yeah.
So if we can learn how to shift those things through awareness to the positive side. And it's only through study and understanding that we move to faith over fear. We move to well-being, and that's where gratitude comes in. It's a sense of well-being. It's a psychological law how gratitude affects. It brings well-being. Then we're able to express versus depress. And so the reason I'm going through this is the premise that she was talking about is all around that picture right there. That's your mind, that's your father's mind, that's your children's mind, that's your colleagues' mind. When we understand how we think and we can change it, because you've been programmed, right? Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you've been programmed.
We've been programmed. Well, I've never been programmed. Oh, yeah. You are. We all are. In many cases, very well programmed. And sometimes we all have some sort of barrier or trauma or something that limits our beliefs, right? So, Dana, I'm so excited for you as a colleague, as a friend, a mentor in this business. I'm here to support you in your business and your development. You know, I've already got my success out of this thing. Okay. You saw it earlier. Okay. The benefit of helping other people and knowing that you're making a significant difference. So that's the reward of coaching. That should be the reward of life. So when you engage with people, it brings tears to your eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for you. You're an awesome lady. You're an awesome lady. And anything else you'd like to share with the audience before we one nugget?
I guess otherwise I'm going to start as an associate coach with Tom and Kathy through their Life Empowerment Institute. So I'm very excited of that new venture. And just life coaching is some powerful, powerful stuff for wherever you are in your life or whatever circumstance you're in. It doesn't matter. I guess I'm proof of not waiting till things are perfect to change your life.
Yeah. When I have more time, I have more money than I will be.
Yeah.
You're being it now. You're doing it and you're having it at the same time. So let's just say wrap up here a few more. Robert, your message are always supportive. Yeah. Okay. You're an awesome guy, my friend. I can't wait to have you on my program. Here he says, remember to keep my focus on my vision.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things in our coaching. I tell people in our part of our seminar on the 25th, I'm going to talk about why goals don't work. People, what do you mean goals don't work? They only work when you understand the power of your vision. Then they work up until that time. So that's one of the premises. That's probably one of the things that I've understood and teach is that power of vision is my strength in communication, I think. Well, Dana, I'm going to put you back in the green room, we say.
Okay.
Again, it was an honor, a pleasure. I'm excited for you. I'm looking forward to working collaboratively with you. You met Nikki today.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful woman. You met Chris today. And you haven't met Phil yet, but you'll probably be meeting Phil here in the near term. So these are the types of people that coaching, you end up circling yourself with. And so I'm going to put you in the green room. Enjoy the M&Ms.
Okay.
And Robert says, thank you, Dana and Tom.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for letting me be part of the G-Force Friday. It was an honor.
Okay. So Dana, hold tight. I'm going to be signing out here, and I'm just wrap up a little bit of business details. Just give me another minute, and I will be joining you. So enjoy the M&Ms, my friend.
Thank you.
Dana Tribold. Just a gift to the world. I just want to let you know that there's another person out there that's going to make a difference. And then Robert made a comment. I'm going to put something about the M&Ms there, but she's going to make a tremendous difference in other people's lives. That's how we change the world, one person at a time. And that one person, like Jim Rohn says, if I could just influence one person, that person going to influence many more. And that's what this whole thing about coaching is how we can influence and make the world better one person at a time. So wrapping up, thank you again, G-Force. G is for gratitude. We're going to get back on the series next week out of the book, Gratitude Works. Gratitude Works. And we're going to be diving in some very strong principles of how to become more aware of your gratitude principles for life. Also, again, I'm going to introduce today next week's guest, Friday's G-Force, Dan Altmeyer. We're going to have a hoot. We're going to have a good time. He's going to share some things about what he's been doing, his growth, how he's obstacles, like everybody's coming. We all have obstacles and hurdles to get through. It's just, how do we do it? Do it effectively. And so Dan's going to come in. He comes from the financial services arena. He's going to be talking in those principles as well. So I'm excited to have Dan on. He's part of our group. And I'm always doing a plug, because if it wasn't for Ken Walls and the Grow Live Academy, we would never had a program today. It's caused me to grow. And then last night we had the great, probably, I've studied a lot of different people, but I've yet found a better sage than Glenn Morshower. And that's the type of influence that you should be seeking to improve your life. If anybody doesn't know who Glenn Morshower is, just Google him. He's a very powerful person. He comes into our workshops on Thursday night. There isn't anybody I would know in my circle that could afford what he would charge for his coaching. He takes Bob Proctor and Earl Nightingale and some of these other great minds and influencers and takes it to a different level of understanding. So grow, circle yourself. And I thank Ken Walls. I thank Mark Gassert, who I'm collaborating with on Elevate Your Profits. And that's about business forums and mindsets and business people coming in to share ideas and what it takes to win in business, how to make pivots when you need to make them, make those adjustments. So mark your calendars for Monday evenings at 6 p.m. Eastern. As Jeffrey Gittimore says, there's only one time zone in the United States. That's New York Eastern. So we'll just go there. I love it when he said, what time zone are you in? He says, there's only one time zone. You can figure it out from there. So with that all said, I am signing out. Dana, it was an honor and a pleasure to have you as a guest today. I know you made a difference in somebody's life. This is going to, I'm just asking everybody, if you're seeing this on a replay, share it out. Share it out. With that all said, G-Force Friday. We'll be back on Monday night, and every day next week, and then Dan Altmeyer. But Monday night, I just want to do this again. We got some more comments coming in. Yes, Mark is a great soul, Robert, Mark Gassert. Okay. Yeah, the Glenn Morshower was on fire last night. 2.5 hours from probably one of the best minds in this personal development industry I've ever met. It's priceless. And I encourage you, if you want to grow and grow your business, grow yourself, contact me. I'll show you how to get involved with Grow Live Academy. Great people to be associated with in growth in the business. So I'm signing out. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. Be safe. And keep in mind, identify your first thought, because your first thought is dictating where you're going to go in life. If it's that first thought is not moving in that direction, you got to change the way to have a first thought. Glenn Morshower said that. What's your first thought? That will dictate where you're going. Have a great day. God bless everybody. G-Force, we are signing out.